So we're multiplying binomials with trinomials. Let's take a look at a couple more examples just to help you feel more secure and more ready to tackle this on your own. All right, so taking a look at 61, again, I'm going to use the distribution method. So I'm going to distribute both of these terms to all three of these terms. Kind of blocked it with my hand there, sorry. Both of these to all three of these. So first my x to this, to this, to this. So 6x squared times x, 1, which is my coefficient here. 1 times 6 is 6. X times x squared is x cubed. 1 times 7 is positive 7. X times x is x squared. 1 times 5 is positive 5. And x times, there's nothing there, it's just x. Now, my second term. My 2 is going to go to all three parts. And I'm just going to keep it going in one long line. So 2 times 6 is positive 12. There's no variable times x squared, so it stays x squared. 2 times 7 is 14. And there's no variable times x, so it stays x. 2 times 5 is positive 10. And there we have it. Time to look for some like terms. I know my first term isn't going to have anything, but just to double check, yep, there's nothing there. And then my squared terms, x term, and my constant doesn't have anything either. So I should do that in a different color. I think I did them the same color in the last video. That was silly. Same color means they get combined. Those don't get combined. Okay, so 6x cubed, that's my pink. Next I have my x squared terms. I've got positive 7 and positive 12. That gives me positive 19. And those are my x squared terms. Combined them together. So instead of 7 and 12, well, I put them together and now I have 19 x squareds. Now I have positive 5 and positive 14 gives me positive 19. And those are my x terms. Combined them together. Now my positive 10 is all alone. And I'm all set. Let's do one more with the box method. Let's see. If I have 2 by 3. I'm going to do 3n and positive 8 down the side. Cross top 7n squared minus n plus 7. Now, I'm going to multiply these two parts together and go here. So 3 times 7 is 21. N times n squared is n cubed. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. N times n is n squared. 3 times 7 is positive 21. N times no variable, it stays n. Now for my second row. 8 times 7 is positive 56. There isn't a variable here, so my n squared is going to stay the same. Positive 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. No variable times n stays an n. Positive 8 times positive 7 is positive 56, and I have no variables there. When I do the box method, I know my corners are not going to have any like terms. But anything that has a diagonal will have a like term. So there we go. So my final answer then is 21n cubed. And these two I'm going to combine. So positive 56 and minus 3 is positive 53. And those are my n squared terms that I'm combining together. Then here I've got negative 8 and positive 21. Let's see, that's 7, 13. So positive 13, and those are my n terms that I combined together. And then last but not least, my constant, 56. There you have it. My final solution is a polynomial. It is a cubic polynomial with a leading coefficient of 21. Remember that sentence frame from earlier in the chapter? Don't forget it. All right, so why don't you take a look at 63 and 64. Do those on your own. Pause the video and then come back to see if you got them correct. And there you have it. Did you get your answers correct? Remember, if you're still struggling, don't worry. Do the best that you can on these 4 and bring them to class. Put a star by them if you need to ask me about them. We can do them together in class as well. So bring your questions after you've tried the best that you can, and we'll learn from your mistakes. Honestly, that's where the best learning takes place anyway. So have a great night, and we'll see you in class.